Open your eyes, what do you see? CM Punk on NXT. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Yes, we are reviewing NXT, and to be honest, not necessarily just because CM Punk was on it, but because we watched the first hour and a bit last night, and we thought we may as well watch the second hour tomorrow, because we're good wrestling fans.
We're good wrestling fans. I actually watched the full show. Someone was caught lacking.
Well, I did watch the full show, just not last night. Alright?
Aye, but you know, usually there's a wee debate about clips and no clips. Well, you know what? I was an A-clipper. You were a clipper.
Clip this. WWE fucking sucks, right? Let's get into it. So we are a couple of weeks away from the debut on CW. I believe there is only one more show. Am I right in saying that? One more NXT?
One more show.
And then we move to CW. And, I mean, if WWE produce the kind of ratings that they're hoping to from NXT, I mean, we could see NXT get pretty damn close to Raw. Maybe even SmackDown. Especially Raw with the Monday Night Football on. WWE's expecting over 1 million views.
Well, it's going to be AEW.
Well, it's going to be... Oh, should smoke Dynamite.
Well, how pathetic is that?
But WWE are expecting over 1 million views on a weekly basis with the CW network.
So why didn't they go to Wednesdays and take the fight back to Dynamite? How great would that have been?
Tony Khan have been
the only negative I've got about that is that we'd have to review 2 shows on a Thursday.
That doesn't sound good, does it?
That doesn't sound good.
Anyway, let's get into something else that doesn't sound too good. Ethan Page, Trick Williams contract signing. Right, I've said that WWE need to do more stuff other than just talking in the ring, even if it's a contract signing. Now, I remember there was a period of time where it felt like you got one of these every week on Raw.
Yep.
Now, they did back off on that. What I would say is, now it feels like you get these pretty regularly on NXT because I'm just used to Ava Raine hosting them. But it's not often, in my opinion, you get contract signings now on the main roster.
You don't? Maybe Shawn Michaels has got a wee contract signing fetish.
I mean, possibly. I mean, that could be it. But, you know, Ethan Page, Trick Williams. Look, I just do not like Ava Raine. I don't think she adds anything. I personally think she sucks.
She's like a skinnier version of Nia Jax in the way she speaks.
I want a cheeseburger. If you sign this contract, you have to go to McDonald's.
It just shows you, right? Your genes don't mean fuck. This is The Rock's daughter, man.
Yeah.
And
right.
it may as well be fucking
Nia Jax's sister.
Aye, yeah.
Still related to The Rock, but what does it matter? You know, it's like, who cares who you're related to? No, come on. See, over the years, we've seen some Hall of Famer sons come into wrestling and they've been fucking garbage.
Yep. No, of course.
And even if I didn't necessarily rate their dad, a lot of people have come in and just been absolute garbage, man.
No, absolutely.
Look at Ted DiBiase.
I come from money. I come from class.
I mean,
I'm absolute ass.
I mean, a lot of the guys that come in, it's hard to think of one guy that's come in that was actually better than his dad.
Orton.
Right, give Orton, fair enough.
That's about it.
But that is about it.
That's what I'd
Right, I mean, I know people would say Bray Wyatt, like, but...
I mean, yeah.
Well, it's certainly not Bo Dallas.
Yeah, IRS.
Believe. Anyway, right, enough talking about the old guys. Let's talk about the new guys. Ethan Page, Trick Williams, Ava welcomes them out. Contract signing, blah, blah, blah. We've heard it all before. Trick Williams accuses Ethan Page of stealing it. Ethan Page is like, whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean? I didn't steal this. I'm going to continue to, you know, be the champion. He also made fun of Booker T when he was coming down to the ring. He was going, you guys are going to do your Trick Williams stuff, and I'm going to do my Booker T stuff, and the crowd were going, whoop that trick, and Ethan Page was going, uh-huh, I like it, yeah, and you know what, man, it's probably the best thing Ethan Page has done so far.
Yeah, it's downhill for here.
I mean,
it was alright. It was alright.
You know, he's mocking Booker T, and I was expecting Booker T to be a bit more vocal in the commentary, but he
sat there in mouse mode.
I don't know if he didn't like this or something. Don't know if he took this as a dig or what, but I was expecting Booker T to, you know, fire back with something, but he kind of just sat there and...
He fired blanks.
Fired blanks?
They're blanks. Die Hard 2.
Yeah, they weren't loaded. Anyway, he gets in the ring, and when Trick Williams accuses Ethan Page of stealing it, this, you know, this didn't sit well with Ethan Page. But of course, I mean, there was an opportunity for a nice wee comeback for Ethan Page here, but he decided not to go down that route because everything's PG as fuck, and I mean, we can't really
We can't push the envelope.
We can't say anything, so he basically just says, look, when I beat you, this championship is going to remain around me, and I'm going to be the face of NX me instead of NXT. Trick Williams is like, look, nobody's on board with that.
Yep.
Neither am I, to be fair.
It's a train with no fucking doors. It's not packed.
I think wheels would be better. It's a train with no wheels, because it's going nowhere.
And they can't can get on it though, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
I guess trains with no wheels, you could still theoretically get on it.
Aye, but it's not moving anywhere, so
It's fucking pish.
who cares if your train's packed, but it's stationary?
Our shitey analogies is better than Ethan Page, man.
Aye, so then Ethan Page attacks Trick Williams, puts him through the table. He has a wee, word with Ava Rain, then he walks off to the back, and that was it. NX me error.
Shite.
So it is what it is. Tony D'Angelo then has a backstage confrontation with Alexander Hammerstone. He basically says, look, I give you an envelope, a big cash, lots of cash. You didn't get the job done. Hammerstone puts over Obafemi. Tony D is like, right, well, what you need to do is you need to go back out there, challenge him again, and finish this. Hammerstone's like, nah, I'm not going to do that. Almost like he's afraid to get in the ring with Obafemi. The Don is upset. He says, you know who I am? I'm the Don. And if I tell you to do something, you do something. Hammer declines the Don's offer. And then Hammer says that Tony D should take it Obafemi himself. The Don's like, how about I take you instead? So Tony D wants a refund.
He wants a refund, but obviously Hammerstone
Would
fears...
Tony Soprano want a refund if he paid someone to take somebody out and they didn't get the job done?
Fucking Vashilvios. 2 points. 2 points, Audie.
Anyway, up next we get...
Would you fucking stop?
Yeah, we get...
Hammerstone.
We get Ava Rain. She's upset that she never managed to get the contract signed earlier. Some guy interrupts her and says he wants to be on the card in Chicago. But then he changes it to St. Louis because I guess he got the dates mixed up. Ava Rain says he'll take it into consideration. Apparently this guy is Siobhan Evans, but I mean...
Apparently this guy is taking on Randy Orton. Randy Orton put out a tweet saying, I'll face you. So there we go.
Ava Rain just fucking sucks. Right, first match of the night. Lyra Valkyria and Tatum Paxley taking on Wendy Chu and Rosemary. You know what? I think Tatum Paxley's alright. I mean, I think her gimmick... She's not really been doing much, but... I mean, when she first started a few months ago doing little vignettes, and they were no bad. Plus, I also thought her whole obsession with the title when Lyra Valkyria was on NXT, I thought that was decent. I mean, if you're going to give anybody a run with a mid-card belt, I would have went with someone like Tatum Paxley over, let's be honest, pretty much a newcomer with zero personality in Kalani Jordan. So I think a Tatum Paxley would have been better to get the mid-card belt, but whatever. Lyra Valkyria's back. And the issue for me is, she doesn't stand out. It doesn't feel like she's gone. Yeah. She doesn't feel like a main roster person coming back onto NXT for 1 week.
Like someone that never left.
Yeah, and to me that's poor.
Yeah.
I think she's been on the main roster, long enough now? About 6 months?
Yep.
I think it's pretty poor that she goes back on NXT now and she just doesn't feel like a...
Like, Braun Breaker's not been booked incredible, but if he came back down, he'd feel like a bigger deal.
Yeah, and not just because he's got the belt, but just because it feels like he's done more.
Yeah.
He's been in a more pivotal role. You look at Lyra Valkyria, she's won the odd match, and now she's in a 6-woman fucking feud.
Going nowhere.
Wendy Chu and Rosemary, I mean, don't really care. Just teaming up, fuck Rosemary. The only Rosemary I like's the one that you put in your pasta.
Aye, no bad.
Anyway, Lyra Valkyria and Paxley win. Does anybody care?
No.
Probably not. Trick Williams says to Sarah Scriber that he'll get the contract signed by the end of the night. Tavian Heights and Great Spirits coming back from the Pro Wrestling Noah N1 tournament. So basically Triple H is letting all these guys now go out and wrestle indie tournaments, and people think this is fucking great. I mean, what is McMahon supposed to do? Oh, Austin, I know that you're our biggest star and I know you're bringing the ratings, C99, but here, I'm a good guy. I'll let you leave for a month and you can go and wrestle in the G1 tournament in Japan.
Yeah, it makes no sense, doesn't it?
Why are people marking out because Triple H is allowing bums to go and wrestle in Japan as if it makes a fucking difference? One iota.
No, it's actually pathetic.
Oh, Io Sky and AJ got to go to Japan, and so what? And what?
What does that do for us? We don't care about Japan.
I know, it doesn't make feud Raw or SmackDown any better, definitely not.
But you know what, he's not only letting them go, he's announcing that he's letting them go, and there's a key difference.
Yeah, it's
he's
just like,
trying to put himself over.
Yeah, he just wants people to fucking stroke his ego, stroke his nose.
Stroke his nose.
I mean, it bugs me, man. It's like, what are you doing? Anyway, second match, Tony D'Angelo and the family taking on Alexander Hammerstone. I mean, this match was alright. Hammerstone hits a massive overhead belly to belly, bringing it was like Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, boom, overhead belly to belly. Tony D didn't like the landing and he thought, fuck this. He walked to the back. The rest of the family looked on in shock. Tony D, I don't know, does he have what it takes anymore? I tell you what, I think they've butchered Tony D. This guy should have beat Dragunov at Stand and Deliver. Guy should have been NXT champion a long time ago. Since then, he got in a shitey feud for the Heritage Cup and he won it, and now he's feuding for the NXT North America. Why is he going backwards?
Yeah.
See if Austin didn't beat Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 14, would he see that over the next 6 months? Would he have went and it wouldn't have took
You're
6
dealing with the real low now.
It wouldn't have took 6 months because back then wrestling, we actually got through things quickly and you got a lot of shit done. They didn't drag things out. But Austin over the next 2 months, he wouldn't have been competing for the European and Intercontinental Championship. So why have they done that to Tony D? Why have they just knocked Tony D down the roster? The guy's got one of the best characters going in wrestling, and I like his group, the family. I think they need to do more stuff with it. But for me, it's like, this guy should be the champion and that's fucking it.
No, I agree. I totally agree. I don't understand why this guy's just not been booked correctly. He's been booked like an absolute chump, and then even later on in the night, man, he's like, "Oh, I'm not good enough."
You look at Chase U, right? And it's like, I think that gimmick's going to be hard to implement. I think that faction's going to be a bit hard to implement on the main roster. But I don't think the family. I don't think Tony D's is.
No, it writes itself, doesn't
And
it?
I think you could certainly see Tony D on Raw or SmackDown.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can get all this bloodline shite coming out in suits and they're pretending that, why can't you get
It's a
Tony
mob
D?
storyline, man. It can be done.
Why can't they get some mobsters in? Seriously?
No, I know.
Why can't they get somebody for the Sopranos in?
Yeah, we've seen Steve Sharimpa.
On TNA?
Aye, so why can't...
And if TNA can do it...
Brother Devon! But everyone's above fucking WWE, aren't they, though?
Well, I mean, WWE's got... Why can't they hire actors? Why not hire a couple of actors that in non-wrestler roles? Or just hire... Why not hire an actor who is like Tony D's like...
Consigliere.
Aye, but he doesn't necessarily wrestle.
Silvio?
And get some good fucking promos.
Stephen Van Sant, or whatever he's called.
Anybody.
Get Silvio in.
Anybody.
Silvio.
Anybody.
Silvio.
That guy right there, Silvio. Anyway, I mean, the match was alright. I don't mind Alexander Hammerstone. I thought he was a couple of inches taller though.
Yeah, me too. I don't know, he was actually smaller than Tony D.
Well, Tony D's pretty tall, isn't he? Like,
He's like 6'1".
alright, maybe it's all those steroids Hammerstone's took. It's just shrunk him. I don't know.
Happened to Kurt.
Anyway, we got a Sakura Wentz promo up next. He showed a replay of Wes Lee killing his little buddy in the parking lot, basically. So he says, "I'm going to beat you at CW on." And again, like, why not have the belt on Sakura Wentz and make that for the title? I don't get it, man. Why did they put the belt on fucking goofball Mike Bailey?
Goofball, speedball, Mac Bailey.
I mean, you could say, "Oh, it doesn't need a title," but I don't know. Title matches just seem to add a wee bit more for me.
They had a wee bit more.
Although it is a TNA title at the end of the day. I mean, how much more can it possibly add? We see Ava then talking to Tyrese Halliburton from the Indiana Pacers. He's got a contract. She wants to make sure the contract gets signed. Ava thinks that it's going to be guaranteed to sign. Stevie Turner opposes to the idea. Mr. Stone apparently was like, he knows the Tyrese, he'll get the job done 100%. Then Mr. Stone goes to shake his hand, and Tyrese Halliburton's like, "Who are you?" And Mr. Stone says, "Oh, I was at the airport," or some shit like that. And then Ava turns around and she berates Robert Stone because he apparently said that he knew Tyrese Halliburton and they were close, and it turns out Tyrese doesn't even know who this guy is. And again, I mean, I don't want to complain about it once more, but to me, this is typical demasculation of men, because why wouldn't have Stevie Turner be in this role? They only have men look weak like this.
Yes.
Where men maybe pretend to know somebody or pretend to be important, and it turns out they're not important. When did they ever book women to be like this? Never.
Never in a million years.
Absolutely never. It's just like the Judgment Day when Damian Priest says to Liv Morgan, "Oh, finally someone for the Judgment Day that has a set. It's
Yep.
like, it's always belittling men, and again, they've done it here with Robert Stone. Now, there's three of them. There's three of them in charge. Supposedly, you've got Ava Raine and her two little sidekicks, but the man happened to be the guy that, was full of shit and claimed to be a top guy that knew him and he didn't know him.
I seen him at the airport.
No, but do you not agree?
No, I totally agree. Just demasculating the guy, and you're not going to do that to women anytime soon.
I honestly, I don't understand what their fucking hard on is for trying to, bring down men. I don't get it. Lola Face.
They know that's what draws. They know that They know that 95% of the fucking nerds still watching this shit love that.
Yeah, well, they don't want masculine men, don't they? They don't want masculinity. Masculinity's dead.
The masculine men that watch this stuff, and we watch it, but you know what? I'm getting paid. See the people that were masculine and watched this stuff, proud men, people that went to wars and shit. They stopped watching fucking 15, 20 years ago. That's what it is.
I mean, I think there's a difference between watching it and enjoying it. And we openly admit, we do not enjoy this shit.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is. So, yeah, Sarah... No, not Sarah. What's her name?
Sarah Shiva.
Nah, I know her. Lola Face. She says she's going to take care of Fatal Influence tonight. Jada Parker's name gets brought up. Lola Face basically says she doesn't care about Jada Parker. Jada Parker then walks in while Lola Face is talking about her, and Lola Face tells her the state of her match tonight. So that's it.
Just a lot of jobbers backstage. I feel like NXT almost has too many people on the show.
Too many women.
No, yeah, too many people though in general. It's just like, holy fuck, man. See, in the space of 10 minutes in NXT, about 40 people up here.
I will put them out. They've got the most attractive roster though. Hands down. I mean, what do you mean, yeah?
Yeah, well, because there's no one.
What do you mean? No, you say yes if I'm not too sure, but
because it's easy though.
I mean, it's not even fucking close.
Yeah, any roster that doesn't have Shayna Baszler or Zoe Stark on it must be doing alright.
Aye,
AEW's got a man on it, so that automatically just fucking drags it down.
So I mean, yeah, but I mean, the majority of the women suck, I mean,
Nia Jax is it. All the women on SmackDown.
So it is what it is,
Tiffany, you want to review NXT, Tiffany?
Right,
Tiffany.
Right, we then got Eddie Fort versus Ashanti the Adonis. I mean, Eddie Fort wins. Do you care? Because I don't.
No, so let's move on.
Two fucking jobbers here.
Move on. Chase University, and this only takes us to the beginning of the first hour, by the way. Like, look how much fucking shit we've had to talk about.
We got a Chase University vignette where it was basically Fia Hale and the new kid. I know he's not new, but he was the last guy they recruited, so I'm going to call him new. And they're basically just crying over what's happened. So, I mean, there you go. I guess they need to stay out the way of Ridge Holland. Although Fia Hale, she can get right in Ridge Holland's face. Nothing's going to happen to her.
Yeah.
But the other guy, he better watch where he goes, or Ridge Holland might take him.
Like, maybe we'll probably never see it again. Like, but see the time like a heel male attacks a woman, it's going to be like, well, why the rest of them not doing it? But I don't think we'll ever see.
Gotta get him fucking mega heat.
Yeah, but that's good. Mega heat.
Anyway, let's move on.
Up next, CM Punk. I just thought this was fucking cringe for Punk, man.
See,
he comes out, oh, I'd come out here when I was rehabbing and I'd hide over there and you guys would be like, we can see you.
CM Punk's the biggest mark of them all. All he does is cater to the fucking fans these days, man. It's actually embarrassing.
You know what this is? This is... I fucking hate WWE. He goes to AEW, gets run out of town, right? Even though I think he was on the right about 99% of it, right? Comes to WWE, and because Vince isn't there, and he just wants this to be... He wants this to go as plain fucking sailing as possible, man. He's got the stabilizers out. He is sitting there... You know what? I'm going to suck the big nose of Triple... See, 12, 11 years, 13 years ago, CM Punk buried Triple H every fucking chance he got. Remember that promo? I'd like to say that this company be better after Vince McMahon is dead, but you know what? It's going to be run by his doofus daughter and his doofus son-in-law. Oh, where's that energy now, CM Punk? You're right up his shit, mate.
You know what? I actually think Punk was better in AEW than this WWE run. And he turned around and says... I remember he came out and defended it as well. He kind of made excuses for his opening promo when he left. He went, you know what? I was probably trying to cater too much to the hardcore audience. I think he's doing that more in WWE than he did in AEW.
No, the opening AEW promo was bad, but I agree. I think he felt like a bigger star in AEW than he does right now.
All he does in WWE is come out. No, legit. All he does, right, is suck up to the fucking crowd and put over how happy the environment is, and put over all the young and upcoming guys he's looking forward to working with.
Cringe.
What happened to what
He'll
happened?
he'll make a sports reference to our cities, and it's just pish, man.
Do you remember when Austin came out, right? And he would like say, "I don't want a beer, give me a milk," and then he would turn around and go, "You know what? It's a great locker room. It's a friendly locker room we've got backstage. I love the environment. We're all friends. We all want the best for this company. I can't wait to work with upcoming guys like Taka Michinoku and
Meat.
and Meat and
It was a good win for the Packers last night, guys, wasn't it?
it's like, oh, and I wouldn't be here. None of us would be here without all of you guys. So I'm here to listen to you crowd tonight. See this championship? That doesn't matter to me. The only thing that matters to me is seeing that smile on all you fans' faces. It's so fucking corny, man, and people pretend this is good.
No, it's cringe.
Wrestling died when kayfabe died, man.
It's
Do
also...
you not think the wrestlers make the fans too much part of the show?
Yeah.
I think it's alright to acknowledge, like The Rock used to acknowledge the fans sometimes, like, it's alright if you want them to sing along with a catchphrase, but see, to me, man, it's like the wrestlers may as well just come out and say, oh, here, this is all fake, and
No, you're
we're
right.
all here for you.
They actually address the crowd more, like...
Than their opponents and shit?
Yeah, no, it's...
Or a story?
See, back in the day, it's actually really rare they would address the fans. Like... It's awful. No, but seeing they did address... It was actually great back in the day. Like, Austin with the what?
I know,
It was
but
phenomenal. But,
anyway,
I just don't have the... I'm sick of reviewing wrestling, and we repeat the same pish every fid, but you know what? It's the truth.
no, but nobody, CM Punk doesn't feel like CM Punk. See, when he comes out and does promos, he doesn't feel like CM Punk, the wrestler, that is wanting to be the best, that's wanting to be the championship. He just like he feels like CM Punk, the person that's appreciative of the fans, and like I said, kayfabe's done, man. They don't even care about that. They're not even characters. Even when Triple H comes out, he's not the game. It's like he comes out pretending everyone's friend.
Yeah, look at it.
No, but when did McMahon come out and kiss up to the crowd and pretend to be everyone's friend?
I know, but I don't...
See, when McMahon came out, he was Vincent Kennedy McMahon. He was Mr. McMahon, the chairman of the board. He fucking always played up to his character, right? Whether he was a heel or a face, he was always in character. He wasn't just some guy that came out and, oh, we're all friends, and oh, I'm thanking you guys for being here, and oh, we've got a great group of guys in the back, and yeah, I mean, fuck, what?
I'm gonna shit on them all, but just to end this, right? Punk on Raw, cold promo, very, intense. NXT, he's laughing, fucking joking. Now, he did address at the start of his promo that he's in a different mood tonight, but to me, that's just awful. Could you imagine, right? Austin returns, I believe it was fucking Unforgiven 2000, right? No, was it? That was Unforgiven 2000. He returned for his neck injury, right? And he wants to know who the fuck run him over. He wants whoever done it's head on a bloody spike. But he stunner Shane McMahon. Could you imagine then on Velocity he comes out, I'm in a different mood tonight, guys. I don't care who run me over. I want to wrestle with fucking Raven and Tommy Dreamer on Velocity.
But it's like nothing is connected, It's like It's almost like what happens on Raw doesn't matter on NXT. It's like a different universe
Right,
almost.
Roxanne Perez comes out.
Oh, 13-year-old me would be so happy right now, but I preferred your wife. And Punk's like, that's okay. Yeah.
Alright, she preferred AJ over Punk, so what? Then she says, you know what? I'm actually a Drew McIntyre fan. Says that she doesn't want CM Punk to show up in Chicago. Says that he's only going to show up to get the last minute of glory before Drew ends your career at Hell in a Cell. Tells Punk to just stay home with Larry. That's just dissing CM Punk. And then says, when I beat Julia, Chicago's not going to be your hometown anymore. It's going to be mine. You know what? I don't necessarily think the Verbal's that bad for Roxanne Perez. She's just not good at delivering promos.
And you know what? I think Punk just came across as weak here because he can't respond. He even says, can I retort? And she's like, no, I wasn't done. And Punk's just sitting there with his fucking shoelaces tied together on his arse.
He can't do anything?
Yeah, and then he's like putting her over even after this. Like, yeah, I was watching that match on Raw last night and I thought you could fit in, but Julia's going to beat you, man.
Oh, I appreciate you. The ball's on you, kid. You got to maximize it. That's a Roxanne I want to see. You have a chip in your shoulder, and I used to have a chip in my shoulder. Actually, the chip was about the size of you.
No, I just fucking hate wrestling, right? Even though Punk's a face, could you imagine fucking Molly Holly speaking like...
The Rock, and The Rock just takes it?
You know, I know Austin had a record like a hitting Deborah, but see if fucking some jobber woman who's about 20 came out and started speaking to Austin like this and like, oh, I need to fucking slap the head clean off her.
Rock would have been like, you know, I've got a chip. I had a chip in my shoulder the size of your big fat ass. Rock bottom. Fucking.
Yeah, but see, people were protected, man. McMahon was never going to send a woman out to bury the fucking Undertaker.
No.
I mean, no, it's actually baffling. It's honestly.
It's not just any woman, it's fucking 5 foot Roxanne Perez, like.
And Punk just takes it. Out comes Julia. Roxanne, the countdown is on. You're 2 weeks left. Oh.
Me, yo, CW. Countdown is on. Your title reign end. And people are fucking thinking this is amazing. The CM Punk put over Io and Bianca Belair.
See the amount of people though thinking like, oh, Shawn Michaels and Triple H took AEW signing Monet, Okada and Ospreay seriously, and they've brought in Juliana and they're going to bring these 2 other women in.
Julia, mate.
Julia, I don't give a fuck.
I think WWE signed Julia before they signed all those people, by the way. This has been in the works for a long time.
Yeah, but let's be honest, right? I don't like Ospreay, I don't like Okada, and Mercedes Monet, I don't like her, but you know what, she's a bigger star than all those names. AEW has actually signed 3 people that are recognisable. I think they all fucking suck, to be perfectly honest. But see, bringing in Julia for Mexico or
Japan, mate. Stephanie Fakir came from Mexico.
right, she came for.
But let's be honest, right?
But the 3 people AEW signed are way clear.
See if you take those 5 names and you put them and you have to say who had bigger name value and who was more well known. I don't really know what order. Well, I mean, I'm assuming Mercedes Money is at the top. But for me, it's like Julia and Stephanie Fakir are bottom. They're 4th and 5th.
Whatever order you want.
And then I think you could argue whether Okada or Ospreay, whichever one you want to put 2nd and 3rd. But, I mean, yeah, although, let's be honest, will Julia and Stephanie Fakir become bigger because they're in WWE? Probably. That's,
Yeah.
That's how it works, like, but it's not because they were bigger before they got there. Then Julia turns around because she can only speak 2 words of English. Roxanne Perez goes to hit her with the belt. And what happened next fucking amazed me. CM Punk actually stepped in front of Roxanne Perez and he kind of like put his arm out, and when Perez went to like swing the championship, CM Punk's arm almost wrapped around Roxanne Perez and it barricaded her from getting to Julia, and it was like, holy shit, CM Punk actually restrained her here.
He did.
Now it wasn't massively, like it's not like he grabbed a hold of her, but he put his arm out and that physically stopped her. And that's like the most sort of fucking man on woman shit we've seen in like years.
Maybe CM Punk broke kayfabe here.
Although is he allowed to do that since they've got some sort of father-daughter relationship? I personally do think it's weird CM Punk hanging around with Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez. Like
Father-daughter, he's a fucking weirdo.
I mean, he slept with pretty much, back in the day, slept with pretty much the entire roster. I mean, he cheated on pretty much the entire roster. Wonder what AJ Lee thinks at home. Yeah, because it's funny. Roxanne Perez says that AJ Lee was her idol. Who was AJ Lee's idol? Lita. Who did AJ Lee and CM Punk cheat on? Lita. Who's to say Roxanne? I mean, I think it's strange, man.
CM Punk, he's a Hurmeister. It's weird though, because he cut that promo on McMahon in ECW and buried McMahon for sleeping around. And Punk's just
that was the pot calling the kettle black.
But you know, but McMahon on live TV, he's like, you do that shit too, Punk, and I do shit.
McMahon's not going to break character, like.
Aye, yeah, but Punk did. But
well, if it was today, see if it was wrestling today, 100% they tip back with an insult. Oh, you sleep around too, buddy. Breaking kayfabe, because that's all you fucking get. But I mean, I do think it's weird, man. It's what it is. We'll see.
Yeah, consenting adults and all that, but he's a weird fucker, Punk.
Well, I mean, why is he so obsessed with women's wrestling? Why is he hanging around all the women?
Yeah.
I'll put it this way. I don't see him hanging around with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark.
Aye, they're not young to be fair, but yeah.
Wow, I wasn't really
20 years ago, I don't think Shayna Baszler looked any good, by the way.
Well, I was kind of going more by their looks, like, you know. But here, do you not think like Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade have a bit of an AJ Lee look about her? Especially Roxanne.
Right, Punk. What's Punk doing?
Draw the lines. AJ Lee said that Lita was her favourite wrestler growing up, and CM Punk was in a relationship with Lita when he slept with AJ. And now Roxanne Perez says that AJ Lee was her favourite wrestler growing up. See if AJ Lee did come back, that you could actually do a storyline where Punk and Roxanne had an affair, but they wouldn't do that because no, we can't do kayfabe. We can't do kayfabe for some reason. Fuck me, I don't get it. But yeah,
It's actually mad though. Like CM Punk, right? I mean, there's loads of people in wrestling history that have cheated on their spouses, right? McMahon did it as well, but it's like McMahon has a consensual relationship with Janelle Grant, and he's a fucking evil bastard. But all these guys sleep around, cheat on their wives, and women cheat on their spouse, and no one gives a fuck.
Apparently, Britt Baker and Adam Cole have broke up.
Couldn't give a fuck, to be honest.
No, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Anyway, like, I don't blame. I mean, if I was Punk, I know I'd rather hang around Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade than Nia Jax, like. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. Do you think CM Punk?
You'd have to trade fucking Larry in.
Do you think CM Punk was given what do you call her? Nyla Rose training lessons in AEW?
No.
Do you think he was going
Well,
to?
actually, I don't know.
Oh, trans rights for kids, CM Punk.
Aye, but I doubt he was grappling her.
No.
Might have gave her like a few tips, but I don't think he was getting in the ring and getting touchy.
You might have give him a tip, brother.
Woo! Anyway, up next, Siobhan Evans, Cedric Alexander versus Miles Bourne and Tavian Heights. Who gives a fuck?
Next.
Siobhan Evans and Cedric Alexander. I thought Cedric and Ashanti were the tag team.
I don't even know what's going on anymore. Talking about CM Punk sleeping around more important than this fucking show, to be honest.
Ridge Holland made a promise that he was going to put an end to Chase University. 2 down, 1 to go. Next week, Ridge Holland will have a match with Riley Osborne. Is Thea Hale not a member now?
Not anymore.
On the 8th edition of NXT October, we'll see Randy Orton take on Siobhan Evans. You know what, man? Randy Orton coming to NXT and having a match could be interesting, but I just lose all interest when I find out it's Siobhan Evans.
Yeah. Totally agree.
I mean, could they not give him someone better? Yo, Randy Orton, let's be honest, Randy Orton's career's really going nowhere. Why not have him come out and why not have him face Obafemi?
I was going to say.
You know, for the title, and that, you know what I mean? That would actually be a good win on his record, because they seem serious about pushing him. I'd rather see Orton versus Obafemi than Orton versus Siobhan Evans.
Yeah,
I don't give a fuck about that anyway. We get Brooks Jensen versus Dion Lennox. Brooks Jensen wins. Don't know who Dion Lennox is, so congratulations. Wes Lee says that Trey Miguel was Zachary Wentz insurance policy, that's why he took him out. Next week, Axiom and Fraser will be a special guest on the Grayson Waller effect, who cares? Lola Feist defeated JC Jane with Fatal Influence. I just, again, don't really care. Jada Parker came out to help them. Is what it is. We got an announcement that Sexy Red's coming back, by the way. I say that
going to grapple her.
I said NXT had the most attractive roster. I mean, I might disagree the week she comes back.
1, 2, 3, 4. Even though that's the Stallion, but it's all the same shit.
Are they going to get Sexy Red to do the NXT theme?
Hopefully not.
Adriana Riso is trying to give the Don some encouragement. Says it's not time for him to be a coward. The family believe in him. I tell you what, man. How can you call the Don and the family a coward and not face repercussions? That should have been a backhander right there.
Yeah.
She says no, it's not the time to be a coward.
Yeah.
And he accepts it.
Tony Soprano wouldn't accept it.
Definitely not. Apparently there's going to be a big NXT press conference next week. We then get the final segment. Tyrese Halliburton comes out. He uses the old sports joke, who cares. Trick Williams and Ethan Page come out. Halliburton's like, you know what, I've got one more announcement. They signed the contract. He says hit the music. CM Punk comes out. CM Punk says he's going to be the referee. This match is not just about NXT Championship, but it's going to determine the direction the entire brand goes. I mean, is it really? Is the brand going to change no matter who wins this belt? I don't see how.
Yeah, I don't really get that, to be honest. But
it should be about the title. The fact that CM Punk said it's not just about the title, kind of, I don't know, way to go and like run down the NXT belt. And he says that he's a special guest referee, and since he is there and he's the referee, he's only got one rule, and that rule is, honestly, you can start fighting now. Trick and Ethan fight, but security guards can't allow that because we're not allowed to see brawls anymore. They come out to make the stop, and we get Paige and Trick Williams staring at each other as the show goes off the air. That was your NXT. I mean, it is what it is. It wasn't great for sure.
Crap.
Um,
I actually think CM Punk is getting worse every week.
yeah. I will give NXT a 2 out of 10.
I'll give it a 2 out of 10 as well. I'm just sick of. I mean, I am. I'm sick of being negative about wrestling, but you know, I'm not going to come on here and pretend things are good. It is one big virtue signaling crock of shite. Wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, you know what? CM Punk should feel like a megastar next to Trick Williams and Ethan Page, and he just doesn't.
I don't know what's happened.
Anyway, that's it, guys. We'll catch you next week, or I don't know. We'll catch you later on tonight. Till then, peace.